Well, hey, welcome back to Cityline. On the comfy couch, on the wide shot, you saw two beautiful women who are here to talk about Tacoma Musical Playhouse's current production of Anastasia. So please join me in welcoming back Lexi Barnett. You are the co-director and co-choreographer of Anastasia. Do you ever sleep?
Not this month.
Not this month. Do you have lots? My grandmother would say you have lots of time to sleep when you're dead.
Yes, that's very true.
There you go. Well, I for one am so glad that you're not dead and that you are awake enough to be here and tell us about this production.
Me too.
You brought with you someone who I have known of for quite some time when I was the director of education at Tacoma Theater. Her name bounced around all of our camps for a while. Elise Campello, you are playing Anya in the stage production of Anastasia. Welcome to Cityline.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You are beautiful. Gadzooks.
Thank you.
The dress,
You're beautiful.
the jewels, everything.
Oh,
I
yes,
love
this
it.
all does really help with that.
It does. It
She
does.
wears this every day.
Yeah.
You just tired.
You just go to bed like this
Yeah.
for a couple of
Oh, I wish.
I wish I did too. So, Lexi, how is, first off, the stage adaptation different from the animated film? Because you know, every child within the radius of TMP is going to be running to get a seat in this.
Yes, yeah. The film hit right when we were all about 10.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I grew up on the movie and loved the music. So this stage production is the same composers as the movie. They've just added, there are about 6 songs in the movie and there's like 19 in our show. And they've taken out some of the more fantastical characters that were a little kooky, and they've set us really in Russia with what was going on with the revolution at the time. And so you'll see a few different characters, but all of the really iconic moments are still in there.
I love that you gave us that clarity when I asked that question, because sometimes when you go from a movie to a play or a movie to a play on stage that's geared toward a younger audience, you lose the continuity that you saw on that screen. But when you get the same people who created that magic and they do it on stage, it's a win-win.
Yeah.
So what's your experience been like with this cast? Because you mentioned this did come out when you were, what, 10? Mm-hmm. Okay, a couple years ago.
Oh, you know, we don't like to mention that.
No, we don't. So what's it been like working with this cast?
It's been really amazing. We have about 35 people in the cast.
That's a big cast.
It's a huge cast, yes. And part of that is the show calls for many different things. We have 5 ballerinas who dance on point in the show.
Whoa.
Yeah, and we've got people from all over. They're coming from Seattle, from Whidbey Island. One of our leads comes from Whidbey Island. So it's just been a blast. Everyone has been really great to work with.
So, and you have co-directed the show. So who was your other co-director?
John Douglas Ray,
Yeah.
he's the artistic director at the theater.
How'd you split it up? What was it like? Did you sit down and say, you're going to take this scene, I'm going to take this scene?
A little bit, yeah. We have worked together for many years and we love collaborating. So it's just a joy to work with him. And we kind of, okay, you're going to take this and I'll take these people into this room and work this. And it's almost, it's just a joy. It's so much fun. We don't have to work too hard to work well together, which is great.
I have interviewed both of you before on this comfy couch, and you guys are like that couple that finishes each other's sentences. So I would imagine that your directing style is also that fluid as well.
And it's fun to have somebody to bounce ideas off
Yeah.
and say, is this a dumb idea? And, you know, we're honest with each other.
John will be like, yes, that's a
it
dumb
is.
idea.
Yeah. Or I didn't even think about that. Or having, you know, there were times where last night during tech, he was able to stay in while I ran out to check in with an actor or vice versa. So just extra hands and extra eyes is wonderful to have.
Elise, sitting over there, so patient. What is it like for you to play such an iconic character in history?
Well, like she said, we were 10 years old when her and I are the same age.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were 10 years old when the movie came out, and I fell in love with it. How can you not? Every child from that era did. And even kids today, they still watch it. It's one of those movies that it's kind of like Little Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast. And so when you well, first, when I was accepting the role, I mean, I was almost in tears. This is, it's kind of like a dream to
Yeah,
be
it
able to
is.
play something that when you're little, oh, I would love to,
Yeah.
We didn't know it was going to go on stage, but the music was so good that, I mean, how could you not
Yeah.
make it a stage show?
How does it work for you to have you translated the Anya children grew up with 10, when they were 10 years old, into the Anya that we'll see in this production? Because Lexi gave us a little bit of an idea about how it's morphed a little differently to be a little more compact. But what's the big challenge for you going, this was the movie, this is the play?
More real.
Yes.
Less Disney-esque princess. She's a little Spitfire. I mean, you kind of see a little bit of that in the movie too, but this is more, I think, true to the actual history of how everything went down.
Yeah.
And so it digs into that.
See, and I love that because when you combine history with an onstage musical, it's a double whammy for people in the audience. It's a history lesson that sings and dances. And we need more of those moments for our young audience. So I mentioned that you have been, this is not your first rodeo when it comes to acting on stage in our wonderful Grit City. What's your acting experience been like? Tell our folks at home where we might have seen you.
Well, I started my very first show when I was 8 years old, and so I've been hooked ever since.
Wow.
Nonstop. But I've been, this is actually, we figured out 20th year at TMP alone.
Oh my goodness.
I know. So there's that, and then just around the Puget Sound. In Washington, I've been a little bit north, so I've been going
And you're
for a while.
and you're still shining and still sparkling.
Oh, thank you.
You are.
We're trying over here.
Oh, wow. You're not trying, you're doing.
Well, thank you.
Speaking of that, I'm going to ask, I'm going to sound like your mom when I say, can you sing for us?
Yes.
Or can you sing for Grandma as
Yes.
a chorus line? But can you give us a little bit of Anya that we will see on stage?
Yes. Dancing bears, painted wings, things I almost remember, and a song someone sings once upon a December.
Woo, man, okay. That gets a round of applause.
Oh, thank you.
Brava, beautiful. Your voice is clear, and boy, what a great range you have.
Thank you.
Thank you for indulging us so early in the morning. So,
Yeah,
Lexi,
definitely.
Can our audience in these last minute expect anything special when they attend this production?
Yes, so we really mean this to be an experience for the whole family.
Yes.
And so we've got some fun things going on in our lobby. We've got a raffle to support our youth department and some wonderful baskets that you can be eligible to win. We've got, my daughters are really excited about the tiaras that we're selling
Oh,
in
I
the
am
lobby.
too.
Yes. So you can also look like Anastasia when you go see the show.
Ooh, I may have to buy one of those.
Yes.
And we've got some fun specialty drinks for the grown-ups in the
Of course
show.
you do.
So.
And you always, I mean, you walk into that lobby and it just feels like home. So give us a little teaser. We've got Anastasia. What's coming up at TMP that we should put on our calendar?
Yeah, December is quite the busy
Yeah, it
time
is.
there. We've got Big Band Christmas coming up, which is a really wonderful
love Big
time.
Band Christmas.
Yes, it's very festive. And Sing Along with Santa is a great time to bring kids to sing carols and get to meet Santa and tell them what they want for Christmas.
Yes.
And then we have Frozen Junior that's coming. They open the Thursday after we close, the 19th of December, and that is those are our honor camp students.
Yes.
And they perform a great show for the family to come see as
And
well.
then lastly, we got the Sing Along with Santa.
And Sing Along with Santa, yeah.
I love that. Both of you, I want to say thank you so much for being here and sharing your gifts with us on stage and helping us create that holiday magic. And I can't wait to see what's next for you.
Thank
I'm
you.
waiting to see you on Instagram on Broadway.
I wish.
Give me a little wave out there.
I will.
And happy holidays to
Happy
both of you.
holidays to you.
We have much more to come on Cityline. Next is Holiday Family Fun with Zoo Lights and Fort Nisqually. You don't want to miss that. We'll be right back.